Okay, so let's start. You all must be aware this the standard formula or the classical formula which is used for time, distance, speed. Speed is equal to distance upon time. This is the standard which is used, or you can say S is equal to d by t. Here S is average speed. It is not any absolute speed. D is distance and T is time. So if you say that you traveled from here to Bandra, I mean from say Vashi to Bandra in 30 minutes, it means that is the average speed at which you have traveled. Sometimes you would have traveled at a higher speed. Sometimes you have traveled at a lower speed, depending upon signal, crowd, traffic position and all. And how do you calculate? You calculate basically what distance you have traveled and how much time you have taken. That is your average speed. And here, one more thing is very important. There's unit on the left hand side, the speed unit should match on the right hand side. So if speed is in kilometer per hour, then its distance has to be in kilometer and time has to be in hour. And here quickly we'll see a conversion factor which is very commonly used in time, distance, speed problems, which is what happens is speed is generally given in kilometers per hour, but distance is given in meters and speed is time is given in seconds. So left hand side becomes kilometer per hour, right hand side becomes meters per second. So for converting kilometer per hour to meters per second, what do? You multiply this. See, this 1000 meter is what? 1 kilometer, and hour is 60 into 60 seconds, 60 minutes into 60 seconds. You do this and finally you'll get 5 by 18 meters per second. So to convert kilometer per hour speed to meters per second speed, you just multiply it by 5 by 18. And in the opposite way, if you have to convert meters per second speed to kilometers per hour, you multiply by 18 by 5. This one. Is it clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we'll move to problems straight away. This is a very simple problem, which is just unit conversion. Can you quickly do this? What is the time taken in covering 10,000 meters at a speed of 20 kilometers? Sorry?
2 hours.
Anyone answer this?
Two hours.
2 hours? No. 10,000 meters and 20 kilometers per hour. You see this? It is 30 minutes. How did we get this? We know S is equal to d by t. Speed is equal to distance upon time. So time is equal to distance upon speed. Okay, this is clear. Now, left hand side should match right hand side, the units. The time is equal to what? Now, if I do time is equal to what? 10,000 meter by 20 kilometer per hour. If you put exactly the values which is given here, which is not matching. 10,000 meter and denominator is kilometer. So I need to change this to kilometer or this to meter. So suppose I change numerator into kilometer. So 10,000 meter will be 10 kilometer. So time is equal to 10 kilometer by 20 kilometer per hour, which is equal to half hour, and half hour is 30 minutes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll move to next one. I need your answer so that I understand. Okay, you are there and you are able to understand whatever. If you are not understood, please ask me that point itself. The distance between Pune and Nasik is 352 kilometers. A bus running at the speed of 40 kilometers per hour left Pune at 00 hours. 00 hours means 12 baje raat mein, 12 o'clock in the night. What time will it reach Nasik? The distance is 352 kilometers and the speed is 40 kilometers per hour. So kilometer, here there is no conversion of unit in terms of meter and kilometer. So what time will it reach Nasik? Just distance upon time hai. Speed is equal to distance upon time. So time is equal to distance upon speed. See, it will be 8 hours 48 minutes.
48 minutes.
Very good. 8 hours 48 minutes. Very good. So in the problem, distance is 352 kilometers and speed given is 40 kilometers per hour. So time is equal to distance upon speed, because speed is equal to distance upon time. So time is equal to distance upon speed, which is 352 kilometers by 40 kilometers per hour, which kilometer will cancel out, and it will be 352 by 40 hours. This is what you get. Now converting this hour, 352 by 40 hours is 8.8 hours. 8.8 hours is of course 8 hours, and 0.8 hours is how many minutes? 0.8 hours is less than 1 hour. That is very clear. So how many minutes will it be? See, 0.1 hour is 6 minutes. 1/10 of 1 hour is 6 minutes. 60 minutes is 1 hour. So 1/10, 0.1 is 1/10, 1 by 10. So 1/10 of 1 hour is 6 minutes. So 0.8 hour will be 48 minutes. Just multiply this. So the answer will be 8 hours 48 minutes. Ye clear hua?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about other people? पूनम, प्रजक्ता, रवीना, ऋतुजा, सोनल, आप लोग बताइए कुछ. क्लियर हुआ?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. A man completes a journey in 10 hours. He travels first half of the journey at the rate of 21 km per hour and second half at the rate of 24 km per hour. Find the total journey in kilometer. Total journey unka kitna hua kilometer mein. Basically what you have to find the total distance traveled. Half of the distance they travel at 21 km per hour and the other half he travels at 24 kilometers per hour. And total distance he covers in 10 hours. This is what is given. So see, how do we do this? This I'll explain right from beginning. Let's say he starts from this point. This is the starting point and this is the end point. Okay. And the distance between starting point and end point is d kilometer. Let's assume this. Now it says he travels first half of the journey at 21 kilometers per hour. So first half is what? D by 2, half of the distance D, which is 21 kilometers per hour. And second half, he travels at 24 kilometers per hour. Let time taken to travel this distance, D by 2 distance at 21 kilometers per hour be T1. And the other time will be T2 hours. Let it be like that. Then from the formula of time, distance, speed, time is equal to distance upon speed. So D by 2 divided by 21, distance is D by 2. Distance is D by 2 and speed is 21. So D by 2 divided by 21. So time T1 is equal to D by 42. T2 is equal to d by 2 divided by 24, because here the speed is 24 kilometers per hour. And then it becomes T2 is equal to d by 48. Now, from here, from the problem, we know the total journey takes 10 hours. Total journey takes 10 hours, means T1, this T1 plus T2 together will be 10 hours. That is the total time being taken for the journey. So T1 by plus T2 is 10 hours. It is given in the problem itself. Now substitute the value of T1 from here. Okay. So this is this, and substitute this. So d by 42 plus d by 48 is equal to 10. When you solve this, finally you will get d is equal to 224 kilometers. This is the distance. And this is what is being asked. Find the total journey in kilometers. Is this clear? This is slightly tricky. This is a tricky problem. हो गया? क्लियर हुआ या फिर से बोलूं, फिर से करूं?
सर एक बार फिर से बताऊं?
फिर से बताऊं, ओके ठीक है. फिर से इसको शुरू कर रहा हूं. A man completes a journey in 10 hours. Journey पूरा वो 10 hours में complete करता है. He travels first half of the journey at 12 kilometers per hour. First half of the journey. Okay. Total जो journey है उसका एक half, first half at 21 kilometers per hour, and the remaining second half at 24 kilometers per hour. Now it is saying find the total journey in kilometer. So for calculating this, let's understand this first. Let's understand this figure. Okay, the man is, this is the starting point. Man is starting from here. A man travels up till here. This is the total journey he is doing. And let's assume that distance from here to this point is d kilometer. We have assumed this is d kilometer. If this is d kilometer, and if I take half of this distance, which is equal to half of distance will be d by 2. So this half distance he has traveled at 21 kilometers per hour, and the other half distance उसने travel किया है 24 kilometers per hour पे. यहाँ तक clear है?
Yes sir.
Okay. और अब हम ये भी assume कर लेते हैं कि ये जो first half journey है d by 2 from here till here, this journey he takes t1 hours to complete, and similarly from here to here he takes t2 hours. Assume किया है t1 hours and t2 hours, we have assumed. तो अब हम इसी को, केवल इसी पोर्शन को अगर हम देखें, this portion only, and if we have to use the formula s is equal to d by t, that is t is equal to d by s, we can say t1 is the time, t1 is equal to d by 2 is the distance traveled divided by speed 21, which will be equal to d by 2 divided by 21 will be d by 42. 2 into 21 42 हो जाएगा denominator में. It is something like this, d by 2 divided by 21, which will be equal to d by 2 into 21. So this will 2 into 21 is 42. So this will become d by 42. Similarly, T2 second half का अगर मैं देखूं, T2 will be d by 2. Distance is d by 2 here also, but the speed is 24. So if I divide this, it will be d by 2.
समझ गया सर, समझ गया.
हाँ, समझ गया?
समझ गया.
ओके, तो ये है, और ये एक चीज जो लेना है, T1 plus T2 is equal to 10 hours. ये दिया हुआ है, ऊपर में दिया हुआ है, the
10.
total journey is 10 hours.
Yes sir.
Okay, ठीक, चलो आगे बढ़ते. If a person walks 14
सर
kilometers,
अगर 10
हाँ.
hours में,
हाँ बोलो.
10 hours में मतलब 10 hours डिवाइड बाय 2 तो 5 hours 21 किलोमीटर पर आवर के स्पीड से गया है
नहीं,
ना ट्रेन से।
5 hours नहीं दिया है ना, 5 hours कहाँ है,
हेलो।
टाइम हम नहीं जानते हैं ना।
हाँ,
देखो अगर तुम 5 किलोमीटर जा रहे हो,
पर 10 hours में जर्नी कंप्लीट किया ना, टोटल टाइम 10 hours है ना।
हाँ, तो हाफ ऑफ द डिस्टेंस 5 hours में नहीं कंप्लीट किया है ना।
हेलो।
हाँ, बिकॉज स्पीड कम है ना। मान लो तुमको
अच्छा।
5 किलोमीटर जाना है और तुम
हाँ हाँ।
5 किलोमीटर पर आवर के स्पीड पे जा रहे हो,
हम्म।
तो 1 घंटे में पहुंचोगे, पहुंचोगे ना। वो 1 घंटा होगा, लेकिन वही 5 किलोमीटर है और तुम 4 किलोमीटर स्पीड, 4 किलोमीटर पर आवर के स्पीड पे जा रहे हो, तो वो 1 घंटा से ज्यादा समय में पहुंचोगे तुम। यही मीनिंग ये है, यहाँ डिस्टेंस सेम है, डिस्टेंस सेम है बट स्पीड कम है, इसलिए टाइम कम रहेगा। ये 5 घंटा नहीं रहेगा, ये कम होगा, सॉरी ये 5 घंटा से ज्यादा होगा।
ओके सर।
T1 hours will be more than 5 hours and T2 will be less than 5 hours। ठीक है, स्पीड बढ़ाओगे तो टाइम कम होगा, स्पीड कम करोगे तो
ओके।
टाइम ज्यादा लगेगा सेम डिस्टेंस को ट्रेवल करने में। ठीक। If a person walks 14 kilometer per hour instead of 10 kilometer per hour, he would have walked 20 kilometer more. What is the actual distance traveled by him? If a person walks 14
सर
kilometer per
मुझे
hour,
स्क्रीन दिख रहा है,
sorry,
स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रहा है मुझे।
स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रहा है, और लोगों को स्क्रीन दिख रहा है या नहीं?
नहीं।
सर दिख रहा
हाँ
है।
दिख रहा है, दिख रहा है, दिख रहा है सर।
Okay. So if a person walks 14 kilometer per hour instead of 10 kilometer per hour, he would have walked 20 kilometer more. What is the actual distance traveled by him? ये क्या बोल रहा है कि सेम समय में मान लो 2 घंटे में ही अगर कोई 14 किलोमीटर पर आवर के स्पीड पे जाता है तो x डिस्टेंस पहुंचता है, लेकिन अगर वो, सॉरी फिर से मैं बोल रहा हूँ, इफ अ डिस्टेंस इज x, ओके, और उसको 10 किलोमीटर पर आवर पे जा रहा है, तो वो आदमी एक समय में पहुंचेगा वहां पे, लेट से टी समय में उतना पहुंचा, एक्स डिस्टेंस कवर किया एट 10 किलोमीटर पर आवर। उसी टी समय में अगर वो 14 किलोमीटर पर आवर के स्पीड पे जाएगा तो एक्स से 20 किलोमीटर ज्यादा कवर करेगा। दिस इज व्हाट इट इज सेइंग। ये क्लियर हुआ या नहीं क्वेश्चन?
सर एक बार फिर से बताइए।
Okay, a person, see, a person is traveling from, maybe you take it from your college to home. Okay, he travels at 10 kilometers per hour. You travel at 10 kilometers per hour. Okay, and from college to home there is distance. Let that distance be d. Now instead of 10 kilometer per hour, अगर आप 14 किलोमीटर पर आवर करोगे तो सेम टाइम में आप 20 किलोमीटर अपने घर से ज्यादा ट्रैवल कर सकते हो अगर कॉलेज से जा रहे हो। टाइम रिमेनिंग सेम, टाइम रिमेनिंग सेम, इफ आई इंक्रीज द स्पीड आई विल कवर मोर डिस्टेंस। यही मतलब है इसका। अगर मेरे को 2 घंटे में ट्रैवल करना है 10 किलोमीटर पर आवर में, तो मान लीजिए मैं 20 किलोमीटर ले गया, और 2 ही घंटे में अगर मैं 14 किलोमीटर पर आवर पे करूंगा हायर स्पीड पे, तो 20 से मे बी 30 किलोमीटर मैं ट्रैवल कर सकता हूं। इज इट क्लियर कि नहीं अभी भी? हेलो?
यस सर।
Yes, sir.
ओके, सो बेसिकली वो है, वही टाइम 2 घंटे में ही मेरे को ट्रैवल करना है। अगर मैं स्पीड बढ़ा दूंगा तो मैं ज्यादा डिस्टेंस कर लूंगा, बेसिकली ये बोल रहा है। सो लेट्स सी हाउ इट हैपेंस। आंसर इज 50। लेट्स डू दिस। लेट द डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल बी d किलोमीटर। ये because unknown is distance, so let us assume that distance is d kilometer. So if the person travels at 10 kilometer per hour, then what time he will take? T1 time, and T1 time will be equal to d by 10 because he is traveling at 10 kilometers per hour. And if the same person travels at 14 kilometer per hour, then time t2, दूसरा time जो होगा, that will be d plus 20 by 14 because he travels 20 kilometers more. So d plus 20 is 20 kilometers more than that distance, divided by 14 because at that time its speed 14 tha. But since time is taken as constant, that is t1 is equal to t2. And because the question says in the same time. So since time is to be taken as constant, which is t1 is equal to t2, we can say from equation 1 and 2, d by 10 is equal to d plus 20 by 14. If we solve this, only single unknown is there, single equation is there, we can solve. D is equal to 50 kilometers. Clear हुआ?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
ये बड़ा धीरे से आवाज आता है किसी का, नेट का प्रॉब्लम है शायद वहां. Okay. Excluding stoppages, the speed of a bus is 54 kilometers per hour, and including stoppages, it is 45 kilometers per hour. For how many minutes does the bus stop per hour? This question is per hour, for every hour. Please note this, okay? And the speed of the bus is 54 kilometers per hour. So in one hour, the bus goes 54 kilometers, okay? If it doesn't stop anywhere. But if it stops, then in 1 hour it travels only 45 kilometers because वो stop करते जा रहा है तो delay हो जा रहा है. So for how many minutes the bus stop per hour? बता सकते हैं ये? See, it will be 10 minutes. How? Understand this clearly. Bus loses 9 kilometers in 1 hour. That is, distance is 9 kilometers. This is what is lost. Okay. मैं ये equivalent निकाल रहा हूँ time का. Okay. So what is the equivalent distance lost? In 1 hour, without stopping, it goes 54 kilometers. With stopping, it goes 45 kilometers. So कितना किलोमीटर वो lose कर रहा है per hour? This is 9 kilometers. If I know 9 kilometer lose कर रहा है and जो speed है, इससे अगर मैं divide करूंगा तो मेरे को निकल जाएगा what is the time for which it is stopping. So bus loses 9 kilometer in 1 hour, that is D is equal to here 9 kilometer. Bus speed is 54 kilometers per hour, we know that. So time taken to cover 9 kilometer, what will be the time taken to cover 9 kilometer? Will be D by S. 9 by 54, 1 by 6 of hour is 1 by 6 into 60 minute में convert कर रहे हैं, which is 10 minutes. The bus is stopping for 10 minutes. And that is why it is losing approximately 9 kilometer distance in 1 hour. Everything is in 1 hour. Okay. Hello. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now we have covered some problems in time and distance. Of course, there are lot many problems you can do on your own. We'll move to train situations. Now in train, there are different situations. Okay. And depending upon the situation, you do a calculation of distance and speed and all in a different way. So let's say first situation is a train crossing a signal. It is crossing a signal. This can be same as train crossing a pole also. So let's see, this is the train starts and it comes here. And from this point, it will start crossing the signal. Sorry, what happened? Just one second, something went wrong. Yeah. So from this point, it will start crossing the signal. So now tell me how much distance it has crossed, it has traveled to cross the pole. Train कितना distance travel किया pole को cross करने के लिए?
50 meters.
50 meters. And 50 meters is what? 50 meters is the length of the train. So in this situation, जब भी इस तरह का question रहता है, उसमें distance is to be taken as the length of the train, because that is the distance it travels to cross the pole. So train travels 50 meters before crossing the signal. That is, distance is 50 meters. Signal width considered negligible unless until given. Generally, it is negligible. ये situation is same when a train crosses a stationary pole. अगर pole भी है तो यही situation रहता है. And अगर कोई stationary human being है तब भी यही रहेगा. या anything which doesn't have a width or width is negligible, then this situation is to be considered, where d will be equal to the length of the train. Now let's see the other situation where train crossing a platform, okay, in a station. So from this point, train will start crossing the platform. Now, how much distance train had traveled to cross the platform? बता सकते हैं?
Sir, 150 meters.
150.
Yes, it is 150 meters. What is it? This length of the platform plus length of the train. So in these cases, the distance has to be taken as length of the platform plus length of the train. So train travels 150 meters crossing the platform. That is, distance is 150 meters here. Distance in the formula, speed is equal to distance upon time. Distance is taken like this, 100 plus 50 in these cases. Situation is same when the train crosses a bridge. अगर bridge के ऊपर train cross कर रहा है तब भी यही situation है. We have to take the length of the bridge plus length of the train. और train अगर cave को cross कर रहा है, गुफा को cross कर रहा है, then also the same situation. Length of the cave plus length of the train, or any other stationary object with its width. Important is stationary object. खड़ा है, ये move नहीं कर रहा है. When both start moving, then the situation become different. यहाँ पे दोनों खड़ा है. Pole भी stationary था, या signal भी stationary था, platform भी stationary है, cave भी stationary है, and bridge भी stationary है. This is the second situation. Now let's see the third situation. Train moving in opposite directions. आप लोग इतना तो लोकल ट्रेन में ट्रैवल करते हैं. You must have noticed जब आप ट्रेन में ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं और ऑपोजिट साइड से कोई दूसरा ट्रेन आता है तो उसका स्पीड बहुत ज्यादा लगता है. Actually, it is not its exact speed, but at that time what happens is आपका स्पीड भी उस पर ट्रांसफर हो जाता है. And if you remember the situation, try to remember the situation, you will find that you feel yourself to be stationary. आपको लगता है कि मैं तो मूव कर ही नहीं रहा हूं, अगला ट्रेन मूव कर रहा है, because your speed has also been transferred to that. This is the relative velocity principle, and that is why it looks to pass at a very high speed. होता है ना ऐसा?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So the situation is like this. See, two trains are coming, and from here they will start crossing each other. Okay. Now, how much distance each train has traveled to cross the other? बता सकते हैं?
80.
80, yes. Plus 50. 80 plus 50. Cross करने के लिए,
Yes.
each train will travel 130 meters to cross the other. And the speed at which one train will cross the other will be 80 plus 70. This 80 plus 70, and that is why it will be 150 kilometers per hour, and that is why it looks very fast. It is not its exact speed, but your speed is also transferred to that. So distance cover, each train covers a distance of 130 meters, which is length of this train plus length of this train before crossing the other. the speed at which any one train will cross the other is 150 kilometers, which is addition of both the speed, this speed and this speed, 80 kilometers per hour. इनका addition रहता है. Situation is same when a train crosses any other running object from opposite side. The situation is same. Okay. If अगर कोई आदमी दौड़ता हुआ opposite direction में से आ रहा है तो उसका length नहीं होगा. Length may be 0. You can consider length as 0, but speed will be addition of both the speeds. The train speed and the man at which he is running, the person running speed. Both will be added. Okay. So I'm moving to fourth situation. Now fourth situation is two trains moving in the same direction. ऐसे सिचुएशन भी आपको बहुत मिलते हैं यहाँ मुंबई में. So you must have noticed that जब ट्रेन ट्रैवल कर रहा है और पीछे से कोई दूसरा ट्रेन आता है तो वो अगर उसका स्पीड आपके ट्रेन से ज्यादा है तो धीरे 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 आगे निकलता है. वो फास्ट नहीं निकलता है, बहुत स्लोली आगे निकलता है. इट इज जस्ट द ऑपोजिट ऑफ ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन से आ रहा है. तो बहुत बार तो ऐसा होता है अगर दोनों का स्पीड कभी कभी एकदम दिखता है कि अगले दूसरे ट्रेन में क्या हो रहा है, कौन आदमी है, क्या है, because it is crossing very slowly. This is also relative velocity, and in this case also what happens is each train covers a distance of 130 meters before crossing the other, which is the distance here is length of the first train plus length of the second train. This is the distance here, and the speed at which one train will cross the other is 10 kilometers per hour. This is difference, 80 kilometers per hour minus 70 किलोमीटर पर आवर. पहले केस में अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में दोनों ऐड हो गए थे, यहाँ माइनस हो जाते हैं. तो ओनली 10 किलोमीटर पर आवर, इसलिए बहुत धीरे लगता है कि ओनली 10 किलोमीटर पर आवर से वो आगे निकल रहा है. ओके, if this is clear, then we'll start problems from now onwards here, from here. बढ़े? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Situation is same when a train crosses any other running object towards the same direction. So let's solve this. Find the length of the bridge which a train 130 meters long and traveling at 45 kilometers per hour can cross in 30 seconds. I have to find the length of the bridge. The train length is 130 meters and it is traveling at, train length is 130 meters, it is traveling at 48 kilometers per hour and cross the bridge in 30 seconds. So what is the situation? Situation is same as platform. Yeah, situation is same as platform. So distance will be what? Distance will be length of the bridge plus length of the train. That is the only catch here. Okay, so let's solve this. Let the length of the train be L meters. Let it be L meters. Sorry, length of the train here, this is wrong, length of the bridge. Because this is, we have to calculate bridge, right? Okay, so length of the bridge is to be calculated here, not this. So length of the bridge be L meters. Since the length is in meters, time is in seconds, let us convert speed into meters per second. Here speed is in kilometers per hour. And both meters and seconds, let's convert this. So 45 kilometer per hour, you multiply 5 by 18 and you'll get 25 by 2 meters per second. So this is the speed in meters per second. Now applying the formula, speed is equal to distance upon time. You get here 25 by 2 is speed and distance is L plus 30. L is what? L is the length of the bridge and 130 is the length of the train. So L plus 130 is the total distance, platform situation, divided by 30, which is time. If you solve this, L comes out as 245 meters. So length of the bridge is 245 meters. or 24500 centimeters. I mean, here generally you will get one, generally there will be one answer only, but just since unit, I just wanted to show you that it can be anything. It can be centimeter, it can be meter, so you'll have to see at that point of time. If you get 245 meters then, and 245 meters is not here, then you can convert it to centimeter and see if any value is there. Okay? ठीक है? ये clear हुआ?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Two trains, each 100-meter long, moving in opposite directions, cross each other in 8 seconds. If one is moving twice as fast as the other, then find the speed of the faster train. Faster train का speed मेरे को निकालना है. Two trains are there, each is 100 meters long. Each train is 100 meter long. And ये opposite direction में जा रहे हैं. And they cross each other in 8 seconds. Since speed is not given here, speed we have to find. We can assume speed to be in meters per second because length is in meters, time is in second. So if I go ahead, let speed of the slower train is x. This is speed is in meters per second, okay? Speed is in meters per second. The speed of the faster train will be 2x meters per second. What will be the relative speed? Because both are traveling in opposite direction, you have to add the speeds. So the total speed, exact speed at which one will cross the other will be 3x, x plus 2x. Now apply the formula S is equal to d by t. Speed is equal to distance upon time. So speed is 3x, distance is 200. Why 200? Because in this case you add the length of both the trains. Distance is addition of length of both the trains. So each train is 100 meter long. If you add both distance length of both the trains, it will be 100 plus 100, which is 200. So 3x is equal to 200 plus 8. Now if you simplify this, if you solve this equation, you will get x is equal to 20 by 24 meters per second. Okay. And what is x? X is the speed of the slower train. X is the speed of the slower train, and question is asking speed of the faster train. The speed of the faster train is 2x. So speed of the faster train is equal to 2x is equal to 2 into this much, finally 50 by 3 meters per second. This is the speed of the faster train. But here you have answers in kilometers per hour and 25 meters per second. Can be none of these, but since something is given as kilometer per hour, just try to convert this to kilometer per hour also. So 50 by 3 meters per second will be 50 by 3 into 18 by 5. When you are converting meters per second to kilometer per hour, you have to multiply by 18 by 5. So this will become 60 kilometer per hour, and this is the answer. Is it clear? Clear हुआ? Hello?
Yes, sir.
ओके आप लोग बोलते रहोगे तो मेरे को थोड़ा ये पता चलता है, हाँ आप हो भी वहां पे और आप देख पा रहे हो, अदरवाइज वी डोंट, आई डोंट नो कि आपको दिख रहा है कि नहीं. दिस इज वन प्रॉब्लम इज देयर. ओके, a train speeds past a pole in 15 seconds and a platform 100 meters long in 25 seconds. What is its length? ट्रेन का लेंथ क्या है ये मांग रहा है. A train एक पोल को क्रॉस करता है 15 seconds में and platform को क्रॉस करता है 100 meters long को 25 seconds में. What it is saying is, see, if you have a pole here, this is a pole and this is a platform. So train is coming from here, this side. It crosses this pole in 15 seconds and it crosses this platform in 25 seconds, and the length of platform is from here to here is 100 meters. अब यहाँ time, only time is given, length of the train is not given, and speed is not given. So two variables are not there. So for two variables, to solve two variables, you need two equations. Then only it can be solved. So let's see this. Here one assumption has to be taken that when train is coming from this side, it is crossing the pole and the platform at the same speed. It is crossing the pole and the platform at the same speed. This has to be assumed. Since it is not given here, we can easily assume that train is crossing the platform and the pole at the same speed. Based on this, when we go ahead, we can say this, that in this problem, it is to be assumed that the train crosses the pole and the platform at the same speed. This is what I said that time. So let the speed of train be x and length of train be y. Okay, speed of train x I can use it as meters per second because platform is 100 meters, time is in seconds. For simplicity, I use x meters per second and length is y meters. Okay, y meters. So let's take the pole condition first. Let's take the pole condition first. So in this situation, what will be? Speed is equal to distance upon time. Distance will be what? Distance will be the length of the train. So I can say time is equal to distance upon speed. So distance upon speed is this, and this is time. Then speed is equal to y by 15. Speed is equal to distance upon time. Distance is y, which is the length of the train. Because in pole condition, only length of the train is to be taken as distance. So distance is y by 15. This is your equation 1. Now let's come to platform situation. Platform में क्या होता है? Distance becomes length of the train plus length of the platform. So distance is what? Length of the train is y and length of the platform 100 divided by speed x is equal to 25. So speed is equal to y plus 100 by 25. This is the distance, y plus 100, and this is the time it takes to cross. Now, you see, since speed are same, in equation 1, which is for pole, x is equal to y by 15, and in equation 2, x is equal to y plus 10 by 25. Since x is common, I can equate this. Y by 15 is equal to y plus 100 by 25. Now in this equation, there's only one unknown, which is y. So I solve for y here with all cross multiplication and all, and I get 150 meters. So what is y? Y is my length of train. So hence length of train is 150 meters. Clear हुआ? ये थोड़ा typical problem है.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. अभी इसके बाद next वाला is the most typical problem. Two stations A and B are 110 kilometers apart on a straight line. One train starts from A at 7 a.m. and travels towards B at 20 kilometers per hour. Another train starts from B at 8 a.m. and travels towards A at a speed of 25 kilometers per hour. At what time will they meet? I'll explain you this thing. See, what it is saying is two stations, station A and station B, are in a straight line and they are 110 kilometers apart. So distance is 110 kilometers between A and B. One train starts from A at 7 a.m. See, at 7 a.m., one train starts from A towards B. So this is what the direction is, A towards B at 20 kilometers per hour. Travels towards B at 20 kilometers per hour. And the other train starts from B at 8 a.m. and travels towards A at 25 kilometers per hour. This is traveling like this. अब ये कहीं ना कहीं तो मिलेगा. Now it is saying at what time will they meet. ये दोनों ट्रेन मिलेंगे at what time. So let's assume that after X kilometers they meet. Okay. So you are seeing this. This is the distance where they meet from here. From here, this is the distance that they meet, and this distance is X kilometer. We have just assumed. At this point, they both meet. So let trains meet at X hours after 7 a.m. Okay. Are you getting this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just here, this is not okay. This is basically not kilometer, this is hours. We'll correct this. Oh no, it's who has made this. So it is X hours. Okay. So this train, both the trains meet X hours from A after the train has traveled A. So let trains meet X hour after 7 a.m. After 7 a.m. X hours may let both of them meet, and this is the meeting point. This is the meeting point. So the distance travel by A in X hours is how much? What is this distance? What is this distance? This distance. The speed is given 20 kilometers per hour. Time is X, so it will be 20X. Right? Distance is equal to speed into time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is 20X distance. And what is this distance? If I want to find this distance, what is this distance? This is the only catch here. If you notice, this train is starting at 8 a.m. Okay. When will it reach here at this point? At this point, when will it reach this 8 a.m. thing? It will reach in X minus 1 hour. Because it is starting at 8 a.m. and the other train has started at 7 a.m. and the 7 a.m. train meets after X hours. So this train will meet X minus 1 hours. Is it okay? Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you have got this, then there is no issue. So distance traveled by B, train from B in X minus 1 hour will be how much? It will be speed, which is 25 into, X minus 1. So speed into time is distance. Now this distance is 20x, left one. Okay, this distance is 20x and this distance is 25x minus 1. And the whole distance from A to B is 110. So I can write here, just see this equation. 20x plus 25x minus 1 is equal to 110. Once you solve this, x is equal to 3, which is 3 hours. So after 3 hours, 7 a.m., after 3 hours, both of them will meet. So 3 hours plus it starts at 7 a.m. So at 10 a.m., both the trains will meet. क्लियर हुआ? ये अगर बन गया तो सब प्रॉब्लम बन जाएगा ट्रेन का. ये अगर क्लियर हो गया तो. Is it clear? कि फिर से करूं? हेलो?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Clear? Are very good. Okay, so we'll stop this thing here, train problems, and now we'll move to boat and stream. कभी आप लोगों ने बोट पे ट्रैवल किया है या शिप पे ट्रैवल किया है? किसी ने भी? आंसर नहीं मिल रहा मेरे को, बट सी इन बोट्स एंड स्ट्रीम what is important concepts to be understood is speed of boat in still water. What is still water? Still water is basically a landlocked area. एक pond है. Suppose there is a pond which is locked by land from all sides. Then it is still water. It is not moving. नदी तो move करती है एक तरफ, but this is still water. It's just there. Okay. Speed of a stream. Speed of a stream is basically the speed of river. If it is river, what is the speed? Because river flow karti hai and there is a speed with which it flows in one direction only. River always flows in one direction only. Okay. And it flows with a speed. That is called speed of stream. We'll understand what is downstream, what is meant by downstream, what is meant by upstream, what is the speed of boat in upstream situation and what is speed of the boat in downstream situation. These are the concepts to be understood. So let's understand this situation where boat is moving but a stream is still. So there is no current in the water. We can take a situation like lake which is a landlocked thing, जहाँ कोई flow नहीं है water का internal, or a pond. We can take like this. So speed of a stream is equal to 0 here. There is no speed of stream and boat travels at a speed v. V is the boat speed. So in this case, speed of boat is v and speed of stream is equal to 0. In the second situation, now there is एक हलचल हुआ, or there is speed in the stream. A stream is flowing in one direction. Now this is a situation of a river. River हमेशा flow करता है एक direction में. Okay. The speed of a stream, let's say speed of a stream is u. Let's say speed of a stream is u, and boat is traveling at v kilometers per hour, its own speed, v kilometer or whatever it is unit. So it is traveling at v and the speed of stream is u. So then in that case, actual speed of boat will become v plus u. V is the speed of the boat and u is the speed of the stream. Stream is supporting the boat to move. So in दोनों के speed के कारण the boat का speed बढ़ जाएगा and it will be v plus u. And this situation is called downstream situation. This one. This situation is called downstream situation. Downstream situation. Downstream situation is one in which the speed of the stream and the speed of the boat are in the same direction. Both are moving in the same direction. Then that situation is downstream. Okay. Now let's understand upstream. Upstream is the situation when both are in the opposite direction. See, speed of the stream will always remain in the same direction because river flows always in the same direction. The speed of the stream is u, but now boat is traveling against the stream in the opposite direction with a speed with a speed v. So the actual speed of boat will be v minus u because boat ka speed is getting opposed by the speed of stream. So it will be v minus u. So in upstream case, the speed of the boat will be v minus u. V is the boat speed in still water and u is the speed of a stream. And in downstream situation, the speed of boat will be v plus u. V is the speed of the boat in still water and u is the speed of the stream. Is it clear up till now?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see now. Now in problems, upstream and downstream speeds are given. And then they ask you to find stream speed and boat speed in still water. That is v and u. So downstream mein boat speed is vu. So downstream speed is what? V plus u always. V is the speed of the boat in still water and u is the speed of the stream. And upstream mein boat speed is v minus u. V is the speed of the boat in still water, and U is the speed of the stream. Let's say that is A and B. So if you add both of them or subtract, suppose you want to find a stream speed, then you have to subtract downstream speed minus upstream speed. So stream speed is A minus B, downstream speed minus upstream speed, which will be equal to V plus U minus V minus U, which is 2U. So stream speed U will be equal to half A minus B. U will be equal to A minus B by 2. Stream speed is U is equal to A minus B by 2. A is what? A is up downstream speed and B is upstream speed of the boat. Similarly, boat speed in still water, that is V. V अगर हम calculate करें, that will be A plus B by 2. A is what? A is your downstream speed, B is your upstream speed. So A plus B by 2. Okay, इसके बाद we'll start problems. Is this okay up till now? Clear? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So, this is a problem, very simple problem. A man can row upstream at 7 kilometers per hour and downstream at 10 kilometers per hour. Find man's rate in still water and the rate of current. Boat rate, man rate, it is all the same. It's all the same thing. Okay. Boat speed, man speed, it's all the same thing. So what it is saying is upstream speed of the man is 7 kilometers per hour and downstream speed is 10 kilometers per hour. Downstream speed हमेशा upstream speed से ज़्यादा रहेगा because downstream speed में स्ट्रीम का स्पीड भी उसको सपोर्ट कर रहा है आगे बढ़ने के लिए. अपस्ट्रीम में वो अपोज कर रहा है. अपोज कर रहा है मतलब वो कम हो जाएगा. आप भी मार्क करते होगे ना, कभी बहुत आंधी पानी रहेगी, मतलब बहुत हवा चल रही है, आप चलोगे और पीछे से हवा आ रही है सेम डायरेक्शन में, जिस डायरेक्शन में आप जा रहे हो, तो आपका स्पीड थोड़ा बढ़ जाता है बिकॉज हवा भी आपको सपोर्ट करता है स्पीड बढ़ाने में. और अपोजिट डायरेक्शन से आ रहा है तो आपको तकलीफ होती है, थोड़ा आपकी स्पीड कम हो जाएगा. दिस इज व्हाट इज द सिचुएशन हियर. एंड इट इज अपोजिट टू ट्रेन सिचुएशन. ट्रेन में आप मार्क करो, दोनों अगर सेम डायरेक्शन में है तो स्पीड माइनस हो जाता है और दोनों अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में तो प्लस हो जाता है. इट इज अपोजिट ऑफ दैट. So this is my upstream speed and 10 kilometers is my downstream speed. Okay. We had seen earlier downstream speed we had represented by A, upstream speed we had represented by B. Okay. So finds rate in still water and the rate of current. Rate of current is what? Stream speed. So man's rate in still water will be how much? It will be, earlier we had seen A plus B by 2. This is V. होगा ना पहले वाले, इसके पहले जो हमने देखा था. Just let me take you back. This one, boat speed in still water, जो हम देख रहे हैं लास्ट में, this one. This is the same thing when I'm saying man speed in still water, half A plus B. And A is what? A is my downstream speed and B is my, A is my downstream speed and B is my upstream speed. So just formula apply कर रहे हैं वहाँ. So V is equal to A plus B by 2 and U is equal to A minus B by 2. तो आंसर क्या होगा? A man speed. A आंसर नहीं होगा. Man speed will never be less than stream speed. नहीं तो फिर तो वो उसको स्ट्रीम ही उसको धक्का देके पीछे ले जाएगा, वो आगे बढ़ ही नहीं पाएगा. Man speed ज्यादा रहेगा तभी वो आगे बढ़ पाएगा. Answer will be B. Okay. See, downstream speed is 10 kilometers per hour, दिया हुआ है यहाँ पे. Upstream speed is 7 kilometer per hour. So man's rate in still water is A plus B by 2. A is 10, B is 7. So 10 plus 7 by 2 is 8.5 kilometer per hour. And rate of current is A minus B by 2. A minus B by 2 is 10 minus 7 by 2, 1.5 kilometers per hour. Clear हुआ? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The speed of a boat in still water is 15 kilometers per hour. And the rate of current is 3 kilometers per hour. The distance traveled downstream in 12 minutes is how much? ये आप मार्को downstream बोल रहा है. How much? In 12 minutes, how much distance will be traveled? ये आप बताओ मेरे को. यहाँ पे, see, यहाँ पे V is equal to how much? $15 किलोमीटर पर आवर है. And U is equal to 3 kilometers per hour. So, what will be the distance traveled downstream in 12 minutes? Downstream में क्या speed होगा इसका? What will be downstream speed?
1.8.
नहीं, 1.8 नहीं होगा. Downstream speed क्या होगा? इसमें पहले downstream speed निकालना होगा, which is 18 kilometer per hour. है ना? Downstream speed will be addition of both the speed.
18 kilometers.
So once you know this, so 18 kilometer per hour, which means in 1 hour it goes 18 kilometer. That is in 60 minutes it goes 18 kilometer. So in 12 minutes कितना किलोमीटर जाएगा? See, it is 3.6. Downstream speed is 15 plus 3, 18 kilometers per hour. This is very clear because downstream speed is addition of both the speeds. The speed of boat in still water plus the rate of the current. Rate of the current is 3 kilometers per hour stream speed. Now time is 12 minutes. 12 minutes is how many hours? 12 by 60 hours is 1 by 5 hours. Okay. So distance travel will be speed into time. Speed is 18 kilometers per hour into time 1 by 5 hours is equal to 3.6 kilometers. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the last one. A man can row 7.5 kilometers per hour in still water. If in a river running at 1.5 kilometers per hour, it takes him 50 minutes to row to a place and back. How far off is the place? Man can row 7.5 kilometers per hour. 7.5 kilometers per hour man can row in still water. So V is 7.5 kilometers per hour. If in a river running at 1.5 kilometers per hour. So what is 1.5 kilometers per hour? It is U, which is the stream speed. It takes him 50 minutes to row to a place and back. How far off is the place? Now see how we'll solve this. Don't bother about answer. Let's see. If you're seeing this figure here, are you able to see this figure? This one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you see here, let's assume that he goes from point A to point B and comes back. So he is going this way first, and then he is coming back. That is what question says. if it takes him 50 minutes to row to a place and back. Okay, so he goes to from A to B and then comes back to A. And the whole thing takes him 50 minutes. Okay, he covers the whole thing going to from A to B and coming back from B to A. It takes 50 minutes. It takes 50 minutes. So what will happen? Suppose we assume that a stream will flow in one direction only. So a stream is flowing in this direction. If a stream is flowing in this direction, then when he travels this way, one way will be downstream, and while returning, it will be upstream situation for him. Is it? Are you able to understand this?
Yes, sir.
नदी इधर बह रही है इस डायरेक्शन में. मैं इसको फिर से सी नदी इधर बह रही है, इस डायरेक्शन में नदी बह रही है विथ द स्पीड u. तो अब इसी डायरेक्शन में अगर ये जा रहा है तो दिस वन, if he goes in this direction, this situation will be downstream for him, and while returning, the situation will be upstream for him. So one way will be downstream and the other way will be upstream, and the distance between A and B is x kilometer. This is the funda to be understood, then things become very easy. So now let's see this. What is downstream speed? Downstream speed is 7.5 plus 1.5, which is 9 kilometer per hour. Addition of, this is my V and this is my U. The addition of V plus, it is V and U, V plus U. And upstream speed is V minus U. So 7.5 minus 1.5 is 6 kilometers per hour. So now I know the downstream speed, I know the upstream speed. Now let the distance be x kilometer, that is very clear. Then, see, suppose he takes in downstream, when he goes this way, he takes T1 hours. Okay, and when he returns from B to A, he takes T2 hours. He will take different time in both ways because one is upstream and one is downstream. Both speeds are different at which he is traveling. Okay, so while downstream he takes T1 hours, and while coming back in upstream he takes T2 hours. It is given in the problem that T1 plus T2 is equal to 50 by 60 hours. Why it has been done like this? See, downstream speed is kilometer per hour, upstream speed is kilometer per hour. I'm talking about hours only. T1 is hours, T2 is hours, but in the question it says it takes him 50 minutes. So 50 minutes has to be converted to hours. So T1 plus T2 is 50 by 60 hours. 50 minutes is 50 by 60 hours. So we have utilized this. Now then T1, what will be T1? T1 will be distance upon time. T1 will be distance upon time. Sorry, T1 will be distance upon speed. Time is equal to distance upon speed. Distance is what? X. Now this is downstream ka hai, downstream situation hai, and speed is 9. T2 is upstream situation, and upstream situation, again the distance is same. He has traveled the same distance, but here speed is different. So it will be 6. So this is what has been used here in this equation. X by 9 plus x by 6 is equal to 50 by 60. With this, when you solve, x comes out to be 3 kilometers. So distance between A and B is 3 kilometers. This x is 3 kilometers. Is it clear? ये क्लियर हुआ? और लोगों को? ये लास्ट सम है.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyway, I will share this, and it's possible I'll put up the video also. I'll share the presentation with you all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this was the last one. So we end here. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.